Okay, I call this the knowing is the enemy of learning hack. It's a paradox. It's like the more you know, the less you're able to learn. And that's because when you know something, you're no longer open to new information. You close your mind, you get stuck in your ways and unwilling to change. For example, if you're like a staunch believer that Rails is absolutely the best way to write code, or zero trust is the philosophy that ought to guide all of your investments, you may be less likely to consider other approaches. You may even become hostile, oh my gosh, to those who believe differently. Are you like one of those people who stands in front of a vendor at a trade show and they're talking and talking and you're listening only for the things that you disagree with? And that's because your existing knowledge is about your opinion. You know your opinion, and it's so strong that it's difficult for you to accept anything else. But it's important to remember that knowledge is not static. It has never been. It's constantly evolving. And as we learn new things, we get to open our minds. It's still possible to learn more. You just need to be open to new information and willing to change your mind. So the best way to learn is to be curious and ask questions. Don't be afraid to challenge your own beliefs and assumptions. I mean, after all, the more you learn, the more you'll realize how much you don't know. I remember being in college and getting that experience like in my sophomore year. Oh my gosh, the world is so much bigger than I thought it was. The more you learn, the more you'll realize how much you don't know. And that's the beauty of learning. It's a journey of discovery that never ends. Because if not, we are in conflict with learning. Conflict. Like a student who's memorized all the answers to a test may not be able to apply that knowledge to a new situation. Or a doctor who's an expert in a particular field may be resistant to new treatments or procedures. Or an IT expert an IT expert who's entrenched in their beliefs may be unwilling to compromise. So in each of those cases, a person's knowledge is preventing them from learning. They're so focused on what they already know that they're not open to new information. And this can be a problem in any area of life, but it's especially important in areas where change is constant, such as science and information technology. So, how can we avoid the trap of knowing too much? The key is simple. It's be humble. First of all, being humble means accepting the possibility that you don't know everything and you're not the world's leading expert on every subject. And it's the openness, the willing to learn. And that leads us to the second key, and that's be open. Being open comes from humility. It evolves. It's the next step from humility. And once we have that, we can truly grow. And finally, listen to understand. I don't know if you can see this or not. Listen to understand. And listening to understand is means not listening for what you disagree with, not listening for just what you agree with, listening to understand their point of view. When we do this, we can truly learn and truly grow. Thanks.